Ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the week. We made it. We survived.
Barely.
Barely.
You know who almost didn't survive? The governor of Michigan.
Wow.
Almost didn't?
Yeah. Scary.
You want to know who survived during risky circumstances? The fly on Pence's head.
I'm surprised. What a great fly. What a great American fly.
Some people are saying the greatest American fly.
Best fly ever.
Some people say the fly was part of the caravan.
Wow.
Some people say that
it's a South
all
American
flies
fly.
matter.
All flies matter.
Some people are saying that.
It's funny how flies only land on steaming piles of crap.
Whoa! Shots fired. I heard it was an Antifa fly. Anyway, so of course, as you can tell, the main first thing that we're going to talk about is the vice presidential debate. I don't know. We're going to get Dee's overview. I thought it was pretty interesting. We wanted to talk about topics. Dee pretty much had one takeaway.
Big takeaway.
That was all he needed. He could just sort of eyeball it from afar.
Yes.
And he knew the idea of the whole thing.
And, it was just something I had to swat off my chest.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but the Joe Biden campaign, it looked like was instantly selling fly swatters that says truth over flies.
Yeah.
So good marketing there, a little bit of Elon type marketing.
Yeah.
Great job. So we're going to talk about that. We have a lot else to talk about. You mentioned the Michigan governor. There's a risky, I would say, plot by militia members to do some harm to her. And it's getting a little serious. And that's going to lead us into the seriousness of what's going on with this election and what could possibly happen in different areas of the country. Then, of course, it wouldn't be Group Chat if we didn't talk about Kim Kardashian and everything that she's doing for the planet.
Yes.
Global, I would say, foreign relations.
Probably the most powerful Armenian on earth.
I think that's fair. And then we have some lighthearted news. There's a new bug that you got to look out for, maybe bug or two.
Yep.
Then we're going to get into a little conversation about, I would say, social media influencers. We're talking about this guy, Dogface, that took Fleetwood Mac to the charts. We're talking about David Dobrik. A lot of things to talk about there. So that and many more.
And a special interview with the founder and CEO, CJ McDonald of Step, a new banking fintech concept, which is actually quite fascinating. And they're giving away $100,000.
$100,000. And I heard Pete's
I hope these two idiots don't win.
Pete and Tim are already on it.
Yeah, I've already tagged you guys. I've signed
Summer's
up.
I saw it.
I set up for
Summer's
the app.
saying Charlie D'Amelio's part of it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Crazy app.
All right. Well, there you go. Nothing like a good interview and a $100,000 giveaway.
Yes.
Let's get in to some group chat.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest to kick off Friday's episode. So we're the founder and CEO of Step. And, one of the things we always pride ourselves on in this podcast is financial literacy. We think there's a severe problem in America regarding financial literacy. And, Robinhood has been an interesting foray into it. I think it's professional gambling or amateur gambling, but it's still educating people on how the world works in terms of finance. And CJ McDonald is joining us, educating the teen market on finances, which I think is such an important task because as people that went to school in America, and arguably we went to one of the better high schools, public high schools, we went to some people say it's a good college, USC.
Some people say it's for cheaters.
Some people say it's for cheaters and bribers and rich snobs.
Our reputation's taken a hit in the last decade.
But we have CJ on. And backstory, we were just talking about this. CJ had an exit in a startup called Gift, which Anthony Saleh, our business partner in Queensbridge Ventures, was actively pursuing an investment in. I think they met at dinner, and subsequently, months later, he sold it.
Without taking our money.
So
we're starting off the wrong foot, CJ.
My bad, guys. My bad.
We would be rich if he had let us invest in his business.
But But honestly, I love the concept, but you should just kind of explain to the audience what STEP is.
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for having me. It's great to be here and super excited to chat with you guys today. So STEP's interesting. You know, it's one of those things where schools don't teach kids about money. A lot of families don't talk about money. And money has really evolved and changed since we all grew up, right? Like, I'm older than you guys, but I grew up on cash and checks, and I had shoe boxes under my bed, and you had to go into the branch to deposit checks or get cash out. And, it's one of those things where we live in a digital world today where people are transacting online and everything's done on our phones. But, traditional banks have not really shifted at the pace of the economy and the world when it pertains to money and how we interact with money on a day-to-day basis. And so, when I started looking at ultimately the financial landscape of what's out there today, you've got large traditional banks, and then you've got all of these up and coming fintechs, and then you've got, peer-to-peer platforms like Venmo or Cash App where, people are sending and receiving money every day. But there's this void and gap between the younger demographic of, I'll call it Money 101 and jumpstarting your financial journey. A lot of people get their first bank account as a teenager, and the only option that's really been out there to date is with a large bank like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase. And those larger institutions don't really do a good job tailoring towards the younger generation.
They do nothing.
And so we started STEP basically to focus on, banking for the next generation. We want to be your first bank account. We want to be your first spending card. We want to be a platform to really teach you money basics. And that's the balance between spending and savings. That's super important. That's, the balance between building a positive credit history. Our credit, our FICO score has such a large impact on what we do on a day-to-day basis. When you go to get your first apartment, when you go to get a cell phone, they're asking for your social security and they're pulling your credit. And a lot of us, myself included, made foolish, irresponsible mistakes as it pertained to money in our younger years, which some people can never dig out of. So, we basically, the easiest way to think about it is we took Venmo and we took Wells Fargo and we kind of brought those two worlds together for Gen Z. And we built a mobile banking solution where, it's an FDIC insured account. You get a secured Visa spending card and you can do peer-to-peer payments kind of all in one. And the problem with Venmo or Cash App is you have to have an underlying bank account attached to it in order to get money in and money out. And most teenagers don't have that bank account. So we tried to bring all those worlds together and kind of jumpstart their financial journey on the right foot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do kids have to have a minimum amount to, how does it load? What's the process? So if it's not tied to a bank account, how do people get money loaded into STEP?
Yeah, great question. So first off, we don't charge fees, right? Like a lot of banks have a monthly minimum balance or they charge you a monthly fee. Banks charge overdraft fees on your, debit card where you may be out and not realize how much is in your account and you make a purchase. And if you, overdraft, they'll charge you a $35 fee. So we thought it was super important to build a solution that we don't have to charge fees on. And to answer your question, how do you get money in? You can, again, a lot of teens don't have a bank account. So they might have a parent that is attached to their account where the parent can either link their account or a debit card in order to move money into their STEP account. We have routing and account numbers on all of our accounts. So if somebody wants to set up direct deposit, so if you have a summer job or a job that pays you, we could be your depository account where all your money goes into. We have an allowance feature where parents can set up allowances and, pay allowances through STEP either on a weekly base or monthly base or a bi-weekly base. You have the option to do, the cadence that you want. But there's a lot of different ways to get money into the account or out of the account. We just want to be that foundation for you as a starting point.
What does a kid get for allowance these days? We used to get $20 a week.
Yeah.
I think
what is it?
It depends, right? Like, I mean, we live on a bubble on the, left and right sides of the country, on the edges of the coast. But I think on average, it's probably give or take $20 to $25 kind of on a weekly base. I've heard stories where parents will give $1 per age, each week. So if you're 10, you get $10, and if you're 19, you get $19. Okay. I think that's kind of custom for each family, but roughly 50% of U.S. households give some form of allowance. The interesting stat is a majority of allowances that are paid today are through cash.
Wow.
And cash doesn't work in today's modern day economy. You give, when they gave us $20 growing up, you ran to the mall and picked up some, new clothes.
I tricked it all off on Tower Records.
I used to go to the baseball card store, which now is apparently like the most lucrative industry.
Exactly. And it's one of those things where now kids are spending all their time on, gaming, and they've got Spotify or the App Store where they're streaming music or videos. And cash doesn't work in that world, right? Like, teens use services that you and I use every day, like DoorDash or Uber, and cash doesn't work with those services. So I think you're seeing this digital shift as it pertains to money. One thing that COVID has kind of taught all of us is we're being more careful. So cash, could be perceived as being dirty. You don't know where that cash was at. So a lot of merchants aren't even accepting cash right now. You've seen some large national merchants that were resistant to, NFC or taking, Apple Pay or Google Pay that have now adopted it because customers aren't comfortable going in and paying with cash or checks. So I think you're seeing this digital shift, and I honestly think that, COVID has accelerated it for merchants, banks, and all of the alikes to just move faster in terms of a digital world.
Yeah, and what's interesting what you're doing, I noticed you guys are using America's First Family to help spread the message, which is the D'Amelio family, which is a coincidence also. I know Mark D'Amelio for like 15 years in apparel industry. He used to have a brand called Mad Soul. We used to travel the country together, so I know him really well. And then I didn't put the dots till last year that his daughter was Charlie, who's now like the face of America's youth.
I think Charlie got like a Young and Reckless package, and then he figured out, he's like, called you, right?
Yeah, he actually hit me up on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, I think you guys sent my daughter a package." I'm like, "Oh, who's your daughter?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, that's your daughter."
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, that's the power of social media. I mean, she didn't have a TikTok account 18 months ago, and now she's got 90 plus million followers. And every teen that I know, when you mention Charlie, like, they look up, it's like she's a celebrity, right? Like they look up to her and say, like, I want to be like Charlie.
I'll tell you as an objective person, and this is my industry, which is celebrities and fashion and pop culture. I look at what they are doing and from your perspective, you're getting on the ground floor of the Kardashians.
Yep.
And I think they're a very smart family. I think they are, their image is kind of perfect because of just their background and who they are. And I think they're very marketable. They're out in LA now. They're roaming around with the right crowd. The impact they're going to have on your business, I can't even imagine longer term.
Yeah. I mean, look, for us, like, we thought it was important where, you've got Mark and Heidi who have two daughters that are right in our demographic. And, the first time that we spoke with them, we talked a lot about financial literacy, right? And the importance of financial literacy. And that resonated with me, that it was, as parents, important to them. And, although Charlie is not necessarily your typical teen, and, now she's becoming more influential and has a lot of business opportunities. She's creating those for herself, and her family is obviously creating those for the family. It's really important to, I think she is a platform now, like many other platforms, that she can really positively influence millions and millions of people in terms of just making smart stand-up decisions, and people look up to her, right? So they watch what she does. They want to know what clothes she's wearing. They want to know where she's going out to eat, where she's shopping, like she's got a drink on Dunkin' Donuts menu now called the Charlie drink, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you read the articles, like Dunkin' Donuts had their largest day ever, I believe, the day they announced the Charlie drink, and their app downloads went up like 57%.
What's crazy is I doubt any teens even knew what Dunkin' Donuts was.
Right?
Like
I think in
the East Coast, like Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie did. She was like a huge Dunkin' Donuts
Oh,
fan.
is that
Yeah,
what
I
it
think
is?
in the
Out here.
Northeast, people use.
Well, she's
I'm
from
gonna go-
Connecticut, and in
Okay.
Connecticut, it's Dunkin' Donuts. My whole family's from. I grew up in the Bay. My whole family's from Boston, and so I used to go back and visit. And we used to go to Dunkin' Donuts. It was like the thing to do on the East Coast, and it's not as big in Cali. It's they've opened a few locations over the last few years recently. But it's big on the East Coast, and I mean, she's been great to work with. Super excited about the partnership, and again, our goal is just to improve the financial education for millions and millions of teens, and help make smarter financial decisions at an earlier age.
That's amazing. So we have a lot of businesses and entrepreneurs that listen. How do you guys think about partnerships, and how do you guys think about obviously, we have a brand, Young and Reckless. It's your demographic of who's going to be signing up for STEP accounts. So obviously, just the opportunist in me is like, okay, you're going to have all these kids that we speak to. How do we work with? How does someone work with STEP?
Yeah, I think it depends, right? Like, I'm all about creating win-win scenarios. Like, how in a partnership, right? Like, it's not take. It's like, how do we do something that is great for either both of us or all three parties involved, right? I think that's super important. In business in general, like, I don't like to operate necessarily transactionally, where it's just like short term and it's just like wham bam. Like, I like to try to create like enterprise value and try to create a larger thing that we can really build and grow. For us, banking is hard, right? It's a highly regulated, confidential, money is sensitive, right? Like, people don't like to talk about it. And we're dealing with sensitive information, and we're asking families or people, users, to entrust us with their money and with their identity. And we can't take that lightly. And so, to answer your question, it's our target demographic. We're laser focused right now on kind of the 13 to 18-year-old demo. Like I said, that's where we believe people are forming positive and negative habits, not just around money, in life, right? Like, you're forming a path to where you may go to school or what you may do as you enter the real world. You're forming habits around mental wellness, around physical. Do you exercise? How do you eat? But money is one of those things where you're forming those habits, as a teen. And the average college student today graduates with roughly $5,000 in credit card debt and $35,000 in student loan debt. So on average, you're coming out of undergrad $40,000 in the hole, and that's real money, right? Like, most people can never dig out of that. And so we believe that social media and obviously social influencers and aligning ourselves with brands that have a similar mission and have kind of a similar value to what we're doing are a great opportunity to create those win-win scenarios that I talked about. And Charlie's one example. Like I said, we're super excited about the partnership there. We've been collaborating with several other influencers just to kind of, get the word out there. And I think a lot of people are excited about what we're doing.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. You guys are giving away $100,000. I saw that.
We're giving away
right?
$100,000 right now. So if you check out our
You just got our producer and engineer's attention. They were like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, so check out our Instagram page at Step Mobile. We're giving away $100K this week. The goal is to basically help jumpstart the financial journey of thousands and thousands of people. So if we can do a little bit to help people on their financial journey and give them an opportunity to kind of, help out in a time of need, that's what we wanted to do as part of our launch. So super excited. We've gotten a lot of great support from, our Step fam and our Step community, and you should check it out. 100K.
Okay, great.
So, given your background and past successes, this is going to be a home run. So congratulations in advance.
Hey, we've got a lot of work to do. I appreciate that. We're very humbled. We're just getting started, but excited about the opportunity. I'm more bullish today than I ever have been. And, we're extremely excited about what we can do with this and taking this to millions and millions of people.
Well, come back when you guys do your SPAC.
Anthony's probably going to put a gun to my head. He's chasing
Thanks
me
a lot
down.
for joining.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys. Appreciate your time. Have a great one.
Cool.
Peace.
Awesome.
So Pete, I take it you've already entered for the $100,000.
Yes, I've already got in touch with their entire team.
How old are you again?
24.
Interesting.
So you're robbing from teens.
Yes.
Seems like you're robbing teenagers right
Yeah,
now. With
fuck
everything
the
going
teens.
on, crime rates are up. Pete is getting involved.
Absolutely.
He's robbing teenagers.
Pete's going to get that money and put it all in Datadog. Tim's going to get it and put it all on Apple.
He's got a new
we're gonna-
stock.
Oh, what's his new stock?
Crocs, baby.
Oh, Crocs.
We're all in on Crocs.
Crocs are up, or what did you do? Zoom out?
yeah.
I zoomed out. It's an all-time high.
Yeah.
Really?
And I think it's going to, just knowing that business, it's going to continue to explode.
It's
I mean,
a
why buy
billion-dollar
real
company.
shoes anymore?
It's a multi-billion-dollar company.
It's gonna be a $1 trillion company.
It's next $1 trillion company.
It's
That's
$1 trillion.
not
Yes.
Why not just buy some Crocs and say fuck it?
Yeah.
Who do you got to impress?
I love Crocs.
Okay.
It's great shit.
We were
I've
just
never worn
talking.
Crocs.
Kids love Crocs. Dom's in Crocs all day.
He
My nieces and
literally only
nephews
wants to
are-
wear Crocs.
Crocs.
Crocs are comfortable.
Insanely
That's
comfortable.
so weird. They look so not comfortable.
They look,
They look like plastic.
they're
blocks.
very, very ugly.
Yep.
People do make weird faces at you when you wear them,
Yeah.
especially around here.
What if you say like, "Hey, I'm a Post Malone fan"? It's the look.
I
Doesn't
don't know.
work.
I think
No go.
nah.
Okay.
I think it works well in the Pete scene.
Yeah. Yeah, and his crowd is
What
like
scene is that? No, and
it's
I've never
cooler
seen
to
anybody in
just
my
try
dicks.
less.
The Marina Del Rey boaters.
Yeah.
The less you try, the cooler you
I
are.
don't see Crocs around me much, but I see them around everywhere. Everyone else.
How'd you come up with the idea? I know you explained on behind closed doors, but I think for
Saw a
everyone
tweet.
else, you saw a
So
tweet.
one tweet.
Yeah,
Who tweeted it?
I have no idea.
Doesn't
Someone
matter.
just said Crocs are hot. Okay,
Yep.
I'll buy it.
Crocs can be a $1 trillion company, and there was a thread of why they thought it was, and I agreed with all their points. And
They
so
said it's gonna be a $1 trillion
Sold.
company.
yes.
You agree with
1
all
trillion.
their points.
What's the market cap right now?
I'm looking right now. Crocs is $3
Trillion.
billion. Long way to go.
Long way to go.
That's a 300.
300x.
I
You
believe
would
in it.
be
I
rich.
believe. Hey, look, you're not invested. You don't know.
If you put
don't understand.
$1,000 in Crocs and it goes to $1 trillion, you make $300,000.
Yes, I will be a very rich man.
So if you put 10
So that's
grand,
the plan.
Yeah,
That's the plan
that's
you're
the
going
plan.
for.
I think you should go live on couches. Save your rent.
put it all in
Put it all in
Crocs.
Crocs every month.
I
Yeah.
agree. I totally agree.
I'm down. Can I
All
stay
right.
at your guys' place? Is that cool?
You can stay here. Just go shower every day.
Yeah, this is a nice couch.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. You have a view.
Not bad. You got air, AC.
And
Yeah.
there's cleaning every day.
Yeah, and there's food.
Yeah.
This is great. I don't know why I'm paying rent.
All right, listen. Unfortunately, we got to move on to more important topics than you robbing children and taking all that money and putting it into Crocs.
Okay.
The vice presidential debate
Yes.
happened last night, as of when we're recording this. I gotta say, after like all the spiciness of the presidential debate, I was pretty excited. And it was cool. It seems like, to me, my only critique is it seems like they kind of overcorrected. It seems like it went from like screaming match to grumpy old men yelling over each other to like super kind of political and whatever, and like a lot of like dodging questions. But I hadn't really seen much of Kamala, and it just felt to me like she just smacked poor old Mike Pence, who was probably not even allowed to be on that stage with her alone anyway.
Yeah.
That's against his rules.
Yeah.
But there was a couple moments of, excuse me, I'm speaking. And like, she really, to me, that's a risky move.
Yeah.
Because that could come off really poorly.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I thought it was.
So I had, similar to the previous debate, I had recorded it and I was going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it.
Yep.
Because when
you
I
need
saw
highlights.
the star was a fly, I was like, do I really give a shit? All anyone cares. I mean, when I saw Black Flies Matter,
Oh, wow.
I was like,
I didn't see that.
I tweeted it out too, and I was like, I'm not watching this debate.
No, it's
that
over.
is all I got was 5. When I saw the Fly account, when I went to sleep last night, it had 40,000 followers.
That was on Twitter?
Yes.
115,000 now.
A
And there's
fly.
2 underscores. It's not Mike Pence Fly underscore. It's Mike Pence Fly underscore.
And does it speak? Does it speak from the fly's voice?
I think it's someone from the LGBTQ community because they have the flag. And I don't know how it went viral, but it did.
Maybe the fly's gay.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
To your point, Anand, I
So
think
do
last
all
week,
flies matter?
Whoa.
Ooh, is that a
controversial.
Very
controversial?
Be careful.
Careful,
Don't get
man.
canceled
The
by them flies.
Yeah,
You got a
yeah,
swarm in your
I'll be
backyard.
honest,
coming.
I fucking hate flies.
Yeah.
Who
Well, flies
likes
are the
flies?
worst.
Yeah.
No, nobody likes flies.
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Anand, I think last week you asked something along the lines of, do most people actually listen to the issues or do they vote based on feeling or whatever? Just want to point out, the fact that a fly being on a guy's head for 2 minutes stole the debate shows you the answer to that question.
I didn't watch the debate. I don't know anything they talked about. The only thing I read this morning was, I think the Washington Post, New York Times had like fact check of what some of these issues were. But like, who's reading that? What dork is going to read that?
The VP debate is a non-event
Yeah.
in general. It always has been.
Yeah.
This one just got a little spicier because emotions are just high.
Yeah.
I watched it. The only takeaway outside the obvious, which is the fly, is that my take is Pence was auditioning for the future of his career.
Yeah.
He wanted to come across calm. He wanted to come across basically anti-Trump,
I heard he was very respectful.
respectful, complimented Kamala Harris like for getting to the position of where she is. I
Yep.
know how hard you've worked. Granted, his stances are just not with what any even center liberal would be okay with. He announced he's pro-life very strongly, so that's not the majority of the country, whatever. But I think he just wanted to come across professional, calm. He's only 61.
Yeah.
He's got 20 years to get to the.
Yeah, he
knows-
was president in 80.
He also knows if Trump wins, like, decent chance he becomes president.
Yeah, there's-
somewhere in the next 4 years.
He's a top candidate for president.
Yeah, I mean, this
if he
guy has
wins.
lung troubles. You're going to head into 4 more years
Yeah.
with obesity, Rona, and freaking whatever. Pence might be up there.
Yeah, so I think that's what his plan was.
Yeah.
Try to distance himself from the circus.
Yeah.
The other thing, I don't know if you guys saw Pete Buttigieg on Fox News
No.
just eviscerate the host. He was asked about something about Kamala Harris and whatever issues. And then he just said, he flipped it and was basically like, I don't know why you guys are talking about that when we have an evangelical Christian and Mike Pence is on the ticket with a guy who's unfaithful to his wife, sleeping with porn stars, and like name 3 other things that are not like hardcore Christian values. And
nobody will.
They had no answer for that.
I mean, there was an article that came out today that Donald Trump was sleeping with Karen McDougal, who's a playmate. In 2006 and 2007, she was reporting they had unprotected sex throughout the entire affair of 6 months. And when he saw on like a tabloid that she was in Italy with Bruce Willis, he like broke up with her.
Really?
But so what's the reconciliation for a hardcore Christian that believes in
Here's the
deep
thing.
values of Christianity?
You
Look,
can't.
every deeply religious person has really strong beliefs on all these issues, and Trump, regardless of the religion, offends all of them.
Yeah. It just shows the power of the human brain. Like, you can blind yourself
Yeah.
to reality right in front of you. And that's, look, I'm not by any means hating on religion, but religion does that sometimes better than anything else. It can be a great tool for people, and it can be really great for people, but it can also allow you to blind yourself. Look, I think there's a lot of people that blind themselves to their own flaws because they go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no, you don't go to church. What kind of a sinner are you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it blows my fucking mind. And I think it's the worst thing for Christianity that Christians support him so heavily.
Yeah. I mean,
Long term, right? What do young people think? Like, if you're trying to get young people into the group and understand the whatever, and they see that, they're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not good for any group of people that is based on strong morals and values to support Trump, because at the end of the day, so the argument that I've heard is he protects Christian values. They don't address the fact that he doesn't actually himself represent the best of humanity or Christianity for that matter. And so, so I guess what is the Christian value that I think he protects? He pushes on pro-life, but like he hasn't passed anything to support that.
And what they don't realize is they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
Like, he just does the simplest thing. He walks across the street and holds the Bible awkwardly.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, he supports us. Like, you're being played with for the vote.
I don't like anyone that exploits, because knowing how important religion is to people, exploiting religion to me is like the worst thing.
He was caught on tape making fun of the pastor, I forget in which state, that's like super popular and has raised all this money. He's like, how are these people following this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a con man.
Yeah, he's made fun of them left and right. I think that, to be honest with you, I don't think Trump is like, I don't think he's Christian. I don't think he's white supremacist. I don't think he's even that overly racist. I think he's like Trumpist. Like, I think he's like, Trump and my people are the best and nobody else can compare. I think that he only cares about his vote.
Yeah.
So if you tell him to denounce the Proud Boys, it's not that he's really a Proud Boy supporter. He knows that they support him, and he won't say no to them. He won't say no to anyone that supports him. And so everything he does, like holding Bibles and talking about Christianity, is just for a fucking vote. But I don't understand how you could. I think the best thing that Christians could do is denounce him right away. That looks like something that starts to make sense.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're the number one supporter, it makes zero sense. And when you hear Mike Pence up there talk about how great Trump is, like in that regard, it's like, man.
That's what's shocking, because I actually believe the words that come out of Mike Pence's mouth. Like, I believe he really believes strongly in these conservative values. Like pro-life,
he
like
looks like he's
anti-gay
embodies it.
marriage.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't approve of any of those things.
If there was a picture of anti-gay marriage, it would be Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just looks like it.
Yeah.
So how is he? It's just insane.
He's sucking up his values for power.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that sucks too, is that a lot of these Christian leaders that like support Trump are doing that for power also. Because they get power from that relationship and the money or whatever, And it's like, man, I just hate when it's used that way. But whatever. Back to the debate. I thought all good. The only reason why I thought it was kind of interesting is because it is being kind of positioned like Kamala is going to be like a sidekick to Joe Biden. And so I think it's interesting to see where she stands and how she talks, because it seems like it's being portrayed that she'll be more involved.
Yeah,
than,
I
like, a
think
Pence
given
is with.
Joe Biden's age,
Yeah.
I think it is important that whoever being the vice president, it does matter like where she stands on topics, because there's a likelihood she could be president.
Yeah, I think she spun the prosecutor thing pretty well.
Yeah.
Because really, if you really look into it, with a group that wants to defund the police, a prosecutor is not your person.
Yeah.
But she spun it well. Like,
Yeah.
Pence kind of took a couple jabs at it.
Yeah.
About the rate of blacks that were incarcerated under her watch and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But she supported. But look, I think in the age of social media, all you need is a fly and excuse me, Mr. President or Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. And bam, there you go.
Yeah.
You win the headlines.
It's unbelievable.
So all good. What's up with, are we doing another presidential debate? Trump's backing out? What's happening?
I mean, given that he won't share his COVID test, I don't understand how they can have a debate.
What won't he share? Like his most recent ones?
Well, I think a couple of things. The Biden campaign has said it has to be virtual.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't trust.
Yeah, no way.
Why would you trust them?
There's
Hell
no
no.
reason to do. And if I'm Joe Biden, I'll say if this guy is not willing to take tests, and the entire camp,
The whole crew?
yeah, you're talking 100 people.
Yes.
They're
Every
not going to
single
wear masks.
person in that building needs to be tested upon
that's not
arrival.
happening.
They're not going to do it.
No
So
way. They didn't do it last time.
yeah, so we're not seeing another debate in my opinion.
But
No,
so
and-
you're not doing like a Zoom call?
No, he said he won't do
Clubhouse?
it because Clubhouse would be good.
Come on.
He said he wouldn't do a virtual because they could stop him from talking. The mute button.
yeah.
Ugh. I say Joe Rogan, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Clubhouse.
Even Joe Rogan tests.
What?
Joe Rogan tests all his guests, right?
Yeah.
How funny is this? Mitch McConnell is reported that he hasn't been to the White House in 2 months because he doesn't trust the precautions they're taking for the COVID-19.
Really?
Yes.
Because he's at risk.
And he made it out.
Your boy's at risk.
What's up with Chris Christie? Anyone checked in?
You know
lately?
what's funny? I looked it up.
I don't like that we haven't heard anything.
I've been trying to look it up, and I can't find anything about his.
Big Chris, man. I feel like they're probably keeping it low key.
Yeah, I mean, because like there's rumors that he was on a ventilator, but he was on this, and then they're saying that's not true. But he's still in the hospital.
I mean, look, I know I missed the last episode, but can you guys believe, I'm sure you went all over it, can you believe that of all the options that Donald Trump had catching coronavirus, of how to approach it, he chose the absolute craziest one? You chose the Kim Jong-un route. You
Yeah.
chose to come back to the White House, stand on the balcony, take the mask off. This is a God's gift.
Do videos where it seemingly shows your lung capacity is not what it used to be.
There's one where you see him coughing under his...
Yeah. I don't know if my phone just had a glitch because I only watched one of them once. It almost certainly was edited.
Yeah.
Because I saw a glitch and I was like, is this my service? But I was too lazy. I was like, I don't really give a
You
shit.
talking about the one outside the Oval Office? Where he's outside in the sun?
Yeah, that one.
Because there was a rumor that one was filmed like the day before, because then there was all these rumors. It was trending. This is probably horrendous, but one of the places where I check news first is just trending topics on Twitter.
Yeah, of course.
And it was Where's Trump? Because he hadn't been seen in 48 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the rumor was that he actually recorded that video the day before and released it,
And
later.
while we're recording, I saw there's a video he just put out, and people are like, is this a green screen or is he actually in front of the White House? Because
This
you
is
can't trust
crazy.
anything that comes out of these people, right?
This is Kim Jong-un-ish. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wild. All right. And then did you see that his chief of staff threw a full indoor, let me just say, one of the things that they asked Mike Pence about was the super spreader event of the Amy Coney Barrett thing. And he said, well, it was by the guidelines. It was outside. It was whatever. It didn't share obviously the reception. And the moderator didn't ask. That moderator was horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
She did not ask follow-ups. She did not pry or prod at all.
Yeah.
But the follow-up event was indoors. Trump's chief of staff threw an indoor mask-free wedding for his daughter. Keep it spreading. We got a little Wuhan there in the White House.
The funny thing is, this was in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And so he's just
Oh, they're all over.
with the virus going to Atlanta for the wedding.
Pop
popping
into the
back-
White House, pop into Atlanta.
I don't know what these guys are doing. They just have no sense of respect for what's going on in society.
But I
arrogance.
actually think it's like now beyond politics for like the Meadows family, for example. They just don't believe the virus is going to do anything to them.
Yeah.
I
It's
think-
arrogance.
yeah.
To me, it's like we talked about. It's that 9/11 post, like American confidence turned into pure arrogance. It's just the offshoot of it.
Like, I'm not going to ruin my daughter's biggest day of her life because of some stupid Wuhan
No,
virus.
China's not going to ruin my
Yeah.
daughter's life.
That's probably how. That's right. Like the post 9/11, I'm standing up to the terrorists.
Yep.
Them contracting corona is standing up to China.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think it's pure delusional arrogance.
And the way even Trump messages, like, we're going to make China pay for this.
Yeah.
We're going to make China pay for this.
Yeah. Okay.
What did he say the other day in one of his videos? He's like, just remember, China did this.
Yes.
Nobody did it, but China.
Yeah, so it's almost like for a portion of the country, going out, partying, indoor weddings, sporting events, bars is like an F you to China. That's what they think.
Yeah. That's their version of post 9/11 driving around with an American flag hanging out of your car.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go spread a potentially deadly virus.
But now you have your freaking idiot in chief telling you you're gonna get over it in 2 days.
Yeah, he said it was a gift from God.
Gift from God. He feels better
That's how he
than
got
20 years ago.
the Christians.
Yeah, they're like, see? God.
See?
I heard God.
Yep.
Support.
Insane.
Just on this quick topic.
Yeah.
So while we're on the wedding coronavirus topic, I'm going to another wedding soon.
Pete did go to a wedding in July, right?
Pete's a little Trumpy.
No.
Where's the wedding?
This
Those
one's
big-
outside.
Where
This
is
is
it?
actually by two Kathys that listen to this. I put them onto it. They're big fans, but now they're getting married back home in
I
Wisconsin.
think when you're like large and white, it's hard not to have a little bit of that
Yeah.
delusional
Kind of built in
arrogance,
us.
Huh?
Built in us.
Build things?
Built in.
Oh, built in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think you have a little bit of that Trumpy. I bet when you get wasted around your friends over on a boat in Santa Monica, you're like, fuck that.
Fuck China.
Fuck that. Fuck China.
Fuck China, we're coming for you, USA! Barking.
Yeah.
A lot of barking. A lot of barking.
A lot of fist to the chest.
Yeah, a lot of, come on, bro.
Proud to
reassure you
be an
that's
American.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that happening.
He's wearing camo.
For sure. Woodland
I don't have
camo.
fucking camo in my
Camo board
wardrobe.
shorts.
No.
Real tree camo.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if it's propaganda or not? The random tweets I see in China with tons of views is everything's normal.
I know.
Yeah.
It seems hard to propaganda that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one person that definitely doesn't feel that Trump is on the right track is Nancy Pelosi
Yeah.
dropping the hammer,
Dropping the fucking hammer.
trying to evoke some 25th Amendment that says that he's because of the medication that he's taking for COVID, that he's not fit to be president.
I knew about 5th. I'd never made it all the way to 25th.
No one goes that far down.
No, Nancy does.
Nobody knows what 25th
They were talking about this when he got to the hospital. There's certain reporters Brian Williams, who used to be on NBC but got relegated to MSNBC. I forget what happened. There was some scandal, plagiarism or
Didn't
something.
he lie about a
lied
war
about-
story?
Yeah. But they just have this context of history, and the way they describe it is just I watched, even though it's MSNBC and not the big leagues, NBC, ABC, when you listen to him narrate Trump walking to Marine One, going to Walter Reed, it was like you're watching the most historical event in your life.
Yeah.
They were and he talked about the 25th Amendment. Now there's discussions about the 25th Amendment. He's now received oxygen. Should Pence be sworn in? Why aren't we isolating Pence? Pence should be in a bunker. Instead, he went to a rally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real deal reporting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That you've been doing this shit for 40 years.
Yeah.
And they have the voice, that deep voice.
Yeah. It feels real presidential. I miss those days, to be honest. So we'll see. So the rumor is that with all these steroids and stuff he's on, he could be getting a little kooky. He is tweeting like Kanye,
Yeah.
all caps.
It it feels like a Kanye West
Rant.
outbreak.
Yeah, bipolar. At least
Yeah.
Kanye can blame a manic episode not being on medication. Where's Trump's excuse?
Yeah, because if Trump says he's bipolar, he's out of there.
Out of there, 25th. Come on, Nancy, kick that thing in. Whatever it
Pence
says,
becomes
just put it to work. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's we'll see, but it's just absurd. I legitimately, I've said this before, but there's been so many times in this presidency when I thought there's no way it could be crazier, and the way that he has treated this coronavirus thing is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
No, it's...
And I've heard rumors that in the family, I've heard that Donald Jr. is trying to chill him out. And, there's articles about it, but that Donald Jr. is trying to chill him out, and Ivanka and Jared Kushner have his back and telling him he's doing all the right things, and there's an issue happening there. They're saying that he's working too hard, something bad is going to happen. He's like, no, fuck you, Don.
I mean, if you told me this was going to be 30 days before the election, that this would have happened, what we just watched and witnessed the last 7 days, I'd be like, there's no way. And I feel like something crazier is going to happen between now and the election.
So
and I can't even fathom what it is.
No. This just feels to me, and I would not wish this on anyone, it feels to me like the type of thing where you're like, all of a sudden, breaking news, Trump is in ICU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like
I literally
it was all
think
a lie.
about that every night. Am I just going to wake up and this guy is just in the hospital?
Yeah. Okay. let's move on.
Yep.
Let's move down. Been talking about presidents and vice presidents. Let's move down to governors.
Yeah.
In particular, the Michigan governor, which apparently there was a plot to kidnap her or some sort of attack on her by some extremists. So just wanted to clarify, the extremists that we used to worry about in the Middle East.
Why do you say extremist?
Because it seems pretty extreme, doesn't it?
It's a little...
That's an extremist.
What can you say extremist?
I like extremists. It's more classy. You know what I mean? Okay, so these extremists had a plot to kidnap this woman. And what was this some sort of like, is this white supremacy? Is this some sort of alt-right? What is it?
So they're militia. They're known as the Wolverine Watchmen.
Jesus Christ.
They were going to kidnap Michigan's Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer to incite a civil war. The FBI somehow infiltrated them. Shout out to the FBI.
You know who had a similar plan? Charles Manson. There's a Civil War element to all of this thing.
I mean, these guys are scary looking.
Holy shit. That's a Wolverine warrior. Damn.
That looks like Pete's high school buddy.
Yeah.
Is that Jerry?
That's Pete, actually, had he never moved to LA.
Yeah.
In 20 years.
I never received that call from
This
Dee.
looks like
Yeah.
a young Tim Gamache.
Ooh, that's what the zoom out strategy
Tim wasn't a
doesn't
call.
pan off.
Let's be clear.
Tim's
Yeah.
mustache over here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that could be Pete and Tim for real.
So
You
these
keep
guys,
this up.
You guys are like young Proud Boys.
yeah,
You know?
Watch yourself.
YP.
Okay, all right, sorry. Stand by. Stand by, guys.
I think there's like, if you really dig into this is some batshit crazy stuff. And you hear these rumors that there's this, the whole country's at tension right now, right?
Yep.
We're going into an election where one side thinks it's going to be rigged and fake. The other side thinks, I don't know what Democrats think is going to happen, besides win. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I can't, yeah.
Like,
If they just lose.
yeah. If
gonna
you
be
just
rough.
lose, then it just, what does the left do? What do left
Also scary.
extremists? Yeah,
Yeah.
left extremists do it also. So I think on there's fine anarchists on both sides.
Yeah. Extremists.
I've been thinking about where the opportunity is.
What's that?
That's very
So I'm going to
Dee-ish.
pivot. From face masks, bulletproof vests.
Nice. Red and blue.
I'm going to do whatever. You want to do an American flag one? I got you. You want a little anarchy?
Yeah, it's like a Teespring, but
Yeah. For bulletproof. What logo do you want? You want Antifa?
Upload your logo.
yeah. Whatever.
Good. Okay.
But I have this belief that, okay, so let's take a Joe Biden victory. Joe Biden victory in Los Angeles probably means nothing. I don't think Trump.
I think it'll just be a relief.
Yes.
Yeah, people drive around for the day.
Yeah, but I don't think. Here's what my point is: Joe Biden losing in LA is protest. It's anger.
Yeah.
It gets ugly quick.
Yep.
Joe Biden winning in LA doesn't. It goes the other way. It probably is peaceful. Everyone's happy. Whatever.
Yep.
Joe Biden winning in, I don't know, like Michigan or Wisconsin.
Which just has a
Arkansas.
Democratic governor. Both of them do. Doesn't Wisconsin have a Democratic governor too?
Yeah.
So these aren't extreme states.
That's
but
why they
there
tried
are
to kidnap
pockets of
her.
extreme.
But think about it. They have a Democratic governor they tried to kidnap.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like, what are the Wolverine doing?
Giving a
Joe
bad
Biden
name
wins?
for the University of Michigan.
They're breaking out the ARs, man. And
Yeah.
They're Rittenhousing
There's going to
anyone
be
in their
portions.
path.
If Biden wins, there's going to be portions of the country that are just unsafe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I bet
Very much
the
so.
right's going to say the same. If Biden, if
Oh, yeah.
the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. You walk down the street with a MAGA hat on, you're effed,
Yeah.
in certain parts.
Yeah.
The other part, you just walk down the street with not white or maybe even slightly tan skin.
Yeah.
Like poor, what's his name?
Yeah,
Josh
Josh.
just had a tan. It's going to be unsafe to have a tan, I think, in 2021 if Trump
Pete's
loses.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay away from that.
Stay out of the sun, man.
Yeah, and the spray tans. I'll just.
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree. In all seriousness, I totally agree. I think it's going to be absolutely absurd. And I think that either way this thing goes, there are going to be pockets that are going to be very, very chaotic. Because I think that also in our bubble, we underestimate how fucking crazy people are. Like, we talk about all the shit. There's a lot of crime and stuff going on in LA, super crazy. But man, I haven't seen any malicious kidnapping governors yet.
Yeah.
And I think there is that shit that happens. And all this QAnon bullshit, even I know we joke about it, like people are stewing in their fucking basements.
Yep.
And they've proven that they will actually gather in real life and come out. And I don't know, it's going to be really interesting.
It will be.
Okay. We're all going to the valley. So call your parents. Tell them we're all moving into that street. Okay.
I would love that.
Okay. We can do group chat from their living room.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got to talk about the Tennessee Titans. I want to know the update.
Yeah.
Before we do that, Peter, you got any ads?
Yes, get a couple real quick good
Okay,
ones.
run some ads. We got to fund our Airbnb in the valley.
Yes.
For the election.
Sure.
So you read those off, and I'll start looking.
Great, and I'll start packing.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we're going to do a full stop.
Hello and welcome back. For you, those of you that are new, my name is your boy Pete. I read the ads and sponsorships here. If you've been here before, which many of you have, you know what's going on. I'm your boy Pete, and I'm here to bring you our wonderful sponsors for today's podcast. Our proud sponsor number one is New Republic. That's right, our wonderful shoe company here at the 5-4 Group, called New Republic, makes amazing, comfortable shoes that have impeccable design and all-day comfort with a price point that is unbeatable. I'm telling you, they have the trifecta you have always looked for in shoes, and now you found them. I'm bringing them right to you, and I have a special code for you guys. It's going to be Kathy for $10 off your order over at shopnewrepublic.com. That's right. I talked about it before. Their CEO, Josh Kaplan, is a loyal Kathy listener and has been for a long time. So when you go over there and support them, you support us, you support him, a fellow Kathy, and everything that we do here at the 5-4 Group. My shoe I'm bringing you today, an ultimate favorite, their signature Chelsea boot. Now, I'm sure you see a lot of Chelsea boots out there. They're shittily made, terrible quality. They don't look good. They got all this extra shit that you just don't need on the boot. And they're just not worth the money. But let me tell you about New Republic's Chelsea boot. This boot right here, for those of you watching, you can see how glorious this boot is. Look at this. It's gorgeous. For those of you listening, let me describe it. Incredible suede material, crepe bottom, that is durable, comfortable for an all-day long comfort. Plus, these are incredible and very stylish for this time of year. That's right, going into that fall season, these Chelsea boots for you men out there, and for all you women, this is for your man. He's going to want a pair of these. Why? Because it is fall season, and it's time to put the boots back on our feet. And at Shop New Republic, you're going to get the best Chelsea boot you'll ever find out there. So get that $10 off. Head over to shopnewrepublic.com. Use the code Kathy. That's Kathy, Kathy at shopnewrepublic.com. Get your $10 off and experience these Shop New Republic shoes. I'm telling you, New Republic shoes, I swear by them. I wear them every single day, literally every single day, unless I put on my running shoes, which happens very little. So I'm in New Republics all day, and I swear by them. Comfort, style, everything's there. They also now make women's shoes. So for all you women out there, this isn't a discouragement towards you. I'm also letting you know they make women's shoes, and you should go shop their incredible shoes. They're perfect for an everyday wear. Lots of great sneakers, boots, and more coming this fall. So make sure you look out for that. And our other sponsor, Holistic Wellness. Don't miss out on your chance to get 25% off your order over at holisticwellness.com. That's holistic with a K, wellness.com, for the most high quality CBD products around. Don't miss out. This deal's not going to last much longer. So head over there and use the code DEALS. That's DEELS for 25% off your order. Don't wait any longer. The deal's almost over. So holisticwellness.com, holistic with a K. Get your hands on some of those sticks. We have a lot of people hitting us back about these sleep sticks, letting us know that they're amazing, that they're really enjoying those long 8+ hours of sleep and not feeling up and not waking up feeling tired or groggy like they do with melatonin. The sleep sticks by Holistic Wellness are amazing. They knock you out nice and quickly, and they have you waking up feeling refreshed. Don't miss out. 25% off over at holisticwellness.com. Code DEALS, DEELS. That's going to do it for us. Thank you all so much. Goodbye.
Tennessee Titans. What's the update? There was an outbreak. I knew that. So we all cleared up now. Got a gift from God, maybe?
I think it's a gift from God
'Kay.
because one thing is clear. You can debate how serious it affects everyone.
Yep.
This damn virus is contagious.
Very.
Yeah.
Once it hit the White House, 30 people. Once it hit the Titans, 24 people. Players and personnel.
24?
So there's 55 players on a team. Let's call it another 20 coaches and staff. I'm sure they're limited.
It just works its way through a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like if one person gets it, 15 or 20 are getting it.
And this is another issue that I think NFL is obviously operating a little differently than the NBA has. The NBA is like, I mean, they must be so damn relieved. They're on the finish line
Oh, yeah.
of just be like, when they crown that winner, they're just going to be like, pop that bubble, do whatever the fuck
Do
you
whatever
guys
the
want.
fuck you want. Everyone go get the Rona.
Yeah, just come back in December and we'll figure it out then.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's just reckless. Because like the problem is with the NFL, there's only 16 games.
Yeah.
So like,
And they have to be spaced out.
'Cause you
It's
need
not
recovery.
like baseball where you can just do back-to-backs, double headers, triple headers. Baseball let you play 3 games in a day if they needed to.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, whatever. Anyone can play baseball.
Whatever. Literally.
You see some of those guys.
Some of those guys are fat. And it seems like injuries are through the roof too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
injuries are through the roof. Because it gets to a point where the scheduling is going to get so screwed up that when you have a Super Bowl that's locked in, okay, sure, you can push it out a month, 2 months, but like it may take till like May to get all the scheduling done.
Yeah.
If these games keep getting canceled. So now the Titans are playing the Bills this weekend. That game's off the board. No one knows if it's going to get played Sunday night, Monday. If they don't play, when do you make that game up? There's going to continue to be outbreaks. Apparently the Raiders have an outbreak. They like attended a fundraiser in Vegas. And
I mean, it's the Raiders. They're dummies.
Why aren't you doing anything? Why
Yeah.
aren't you just like, if you're not going to do a bubble, why don't go to anything?
Yeah,
so I think from what I've heard from baseball players is that the teams actually took it really seriously after the outbreaks early on.
Yeah.
Because early on it was like kind of
I
a
feel
mess.
like baseball's under.
They all locked down. So like, I mean, we had friends who flew in to play the Dodgers and they were like, I wish I could hang out with you. I can't.
Yeah.
And like that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? If football players are going to freaking fundraisers
Yeah.
in Vegas?
So are you believe NFL will finish? no
Yeah,
matter
they're
what?
going to finish no matter what. Whether the Super Bowl's in February or
Yeah.
September, I don't know.
With Pete on offensive line.
What's interesting is Anand made a bet
Yep.
with John Turgeon that the NBA season would not be completed.
You were on the not side?
This was in May.
It's in May.
Yeah.
John bet that it would, and the
My COVID predictions have been spot on, so I lost this one.
It's true. You can lose one every now and
so this one comes with a hefty price tag.
then. Ooh.
I'm gonna venture out tomorrow.
Okay.
There is a very premium luxury lunch being provided by Anand.
Wow.
And I have to take the whole group.
Take the whole group.
You're going too?
I'm going to.
Wow.
It is undisclosed, expensive Beverly Hills location.
Wow.
We're starting early.
Oh, so it's going to be a long
It's gonna
drinks,
be a noon.
appetizers.
We're definitely going to start with some starters.
Charcuterie.
And then
He's
moving
going to
up-
order lobster for no reason.
Yeah. Just to smell it.
bottles of 42.
Yeah.
So
Would you like any photos taken?
If you want leftovers, show up at Beverly Hills at 2:30.
I just love to be a fly on the wall.
literally.
The fly on Mike Pence's head.
But yes, that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to the public meal.
Wow.
I hope we don't see anybody.
Will you guys be posting, or you can't really do that because of the group, or what are we thinking about that?
I've done outdoor dining. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah. I just think maybe a clip on group chat could be a good follow-up on the story.
Yeah. I'm more concerned that we run into people.
We're
going to
run into so many people.
That's my biggest fear, man. I want to go
we'll
to
tell you
Delilah
where
so
we're
bad.
going and guarantee it's a Friday afternoon. No one works anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to run into plenty of people.
Those Hollywood fat cats ain't working.
Fat cats.
I want to see how many people reach out to shake Dee's hand. What does he do?
I want
not
to see what he
checking
does.
Shit. I'm going to wear a mask in between bites, like Governor Newsom said.
That's what he said to do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Juju Smith, receivers for the Steelers, just posted a video of him eating watermelon, mask, Watermelon.
Wow.
Mask. Watermelon.
Was that? I wonder if he was asked to do that.
I'm sure because the fucking Titans
Yeah,
have all this team.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't wait to see the coverage.
Yep.
Congratulations, Dee.
Thank you.
Anand, sorry for your loss, but it's
Yeah.
okay. You've been.
D gets the benefit from a bet between me and Tersh.
Doesn't seem to make sense, but you know what? He's gonna milk it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. I'm not eating. I haven't eaten all day just because I'm waiting for it.
One thing Dee knows how to do is luxury meals.
Yeah.
You know.
Lobster for everybody. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
He's gonna start buying drinks for other tables.
Yeah,
Shots for everybody.
Good to see
Like
you. I won't
Bojangles.
shake your hand, but you want a 42?
Yeah.
Okay. What is up with, is Kim Kardashian involved in government now, or what's happening? She got involved in this U.S. Armenia thing going on.
So, we live in LA. There are a lot of Armenians. I've got
Second most population Armenians in the world
Wow.
outside of Armenia.
Wow.
I just got to say, you know the protests
Yeah.
that happens every year?
Yeah.
That was the Armenian genocide, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that usually happens right outside of our office,
Yes.
for the day of the office. They've been doing it in Hollywood and like all throughout. Like they
Yeah.
shut down the 101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They blocked the 101 both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah. And I think, given the history of that genocide of Armenian people and that like Turkey won't even recognize it,
Yep.
I understand why so many Armenian people are taking what's
Totally.
happening on that border in Azerbaijan so seriously. We obviously don't know all the details.
So I actually got a little educated on it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Pod
it to
Save
us.
the World. I listened to the episode, Ben Rhodes, and
Yep.
so here's what's going on. Azerbaijan, Armenia, there's an area in dispute that is technically Azerbaijan territory,
Okay.
but it's populated by Armenians,
Okay.
and the area is in dispute, and Azerbaijan is using missiles and firing on the Armenians.
Wow.
Oh.
And apparently, so Azerbaijan is allied with Turkey,
Okay.
Armenia is allied with Russia,
Okay.
and Armenia is going to the U.S. government saying these are U.S.-made missiles that Turkey is giving to Azerbaijan to bomb Armenians.
Yep.
So that's
That's
kind
a
of
bit
in a
of a
nutshell
pickle.
what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were bombing and stuff.
Well, our missiles are.
Our missiles.
No, not
missiles.
us. I just mean we, meaning like people.
Yeah.
Like okay, we're bombing people. So now, to the rescue, Kim Kardashian West.
Probably most powerful Armenian on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
By multiples.
Yeah,
Right? I mean,
I would say so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bold statement, but I think yeah.
She, I'm sure she got a lot of pressure to use her clout politically to speak on the topic. So, she's bringing awareness to the conflict, but I actually think we know she can roll up to the White House,
Yeah.
knock on that door and say, Donnie,
Donnie boy.
what are we doing here?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I got Ye back in the car. You want me to bring him out?
So, it's interesting. I saw a lot of celebrities have been posting in support of Armenians. Someone did bring up an interesting thing that a lot of celebrities also deleted it.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's some feeling that like celebrities were getting death threats over it.
From like Turkish nationals.
Or Azer nationals.
I think there's more Turkish nationals than Azer nationals.
I don't know anyone from Azer.
I don't know any Ozers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that the pressure was that severe that people were deleting their posts?
Yeah.
All right. So we got Kim Kardashian seems like she's up against a lot.
Yeah.
If you're getting death threats and then you just got Kim K like, please post.
Yeah. I think this thing is going to get escalated a lot over the weekend.
I mean, let's be clear. In Turkey is where Jamal Khashoggi was dismembered
yeah.
at the Saudi consulate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turkey's no one to fuck with.
Yeah.
No.
There's an NBA player. His name is Enes Kanter, Turkish guy that plays for the Celtics. He's played on a bunch of teams. There was a hit out for his head
Yeah.
by the Turkish government because he spoke out publicly against him. They jailed his family members in Turkey.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
The Celtics, I think it was Celtics or Thunder, which team he was on, had a game in London, and the U.S. National Security advised him against going
Yeah.
because they're like, we can't protect you in London if
Something
you're on
happens.
foreign.
That's, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, listen, if anyone can get it done, Kim Kardashian can get it done.
I'm glad I got to see Istanbul because it doesn't sound like we're ever going back there
Yeah.
again either.
There's a
Istanbul's
lot of
a beautiful
places you've
place.
been that you will not ever go back to. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But
Or if they listen to our podcast, we'll be jailed.
yeah, I mean, China's off the list. I mean, props to Kim though. I will say, as much as funny as it is and as easy as it is to kind of joke about, she's really going to work on like real shit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's impressive.
now that the show's off, you got plenty of time to
Yeah.
cure the world's issues. You know. Okay. Just a quick little story. Thought you guys might want to talk about it. There's been multiple sightings of a hairy, venomous caterpillar in Virginia. So I don't know if this is the murder bees or whatever. Remember murder bees? Those things came in
Yeah.
hot, and then you never heard from them again. This is the new thing we got to look out for. It's creepy little buggers.
Yeah. I mean, these things at this point, you know, there are people in Los Angeles are getting West Nile from mosquitoes.
Really?
Yes.
We know someone.
We know someone.
That's very important to both of our families.
yes.
We don't want to blow
My
up
family
our-
too?
No, our families.
What do you mean? Oh, your
You know, when
the family-in-laws?
No, it's
Both of yours family.
yes.
yes.
Sorry for the
Our
confusion.
immediate family. We have a wife. We have
Yes.
a kid. You can
Yes.
probably
Yes.
trust them.
What happens in 2020 if you get West Nile?
If you get the symptoms that we heard from this particular person, fucking gnarly. Like
No
brain
way.
They thought
meningitis.
they didn't know if he was gonna die.
Yes.
And he was at Cedars.
Yes.
Fuck.
West Nile. Watch it. I have mosquitoes in my backyard. I'm freaked out by them now.
I have mosquito bites currently.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, cool. So we got caterpillars that are hairy, that
Yeah.
are venomous, and we got West Nile.
Just stomp them out. Whatever you see, just stomp them out.
Gosh, West Nile, that literally like now, so doors and windows are shut.
Yeah. I mean, Dom comes home with all these mosquito bites now. It's like from school. It's like nuts.
Are we sure it was a fly on Pence's head?
Conspiracy mosquito.
We'll see. Okay, and then the other little story I just wanted to touch on was that, you know, the guy, Dogface, the TikTok star that made Dreams go viral.
Real quickly, Fleetwood Mac Dreams is number 9 on Spotify.
I just listened to it this morning.
What was it? Fleet
That's
Macwood?
amazing.
Fleet Macwood.
Fleet Macwood.
Big Mac Fleetwood.
Is that part of the Travis Scott meal? So Big Mac Fleetwood has gone viral because of a TikToker named Dogface, who is it 420 Dogface?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Who
think it's like
Dog
17
face.
there's some
420.
other stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. He made this great video drinking his little juice while listening to Dreams or singing Dreams, and Ocean Spray has gifted him a new truck and a whole lot of juice
Yeah.
as a little token of appreciation, and I'm sure, you know, knowing they'll get some posts out of it.
Yeah. I mean, that video of him receiving the car filled with Ocean Spray is obvious. I mean, Ocean Spray has, I don't know if what their marketing tactics are.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
could not pay.
No.
You could not create. You could not hire the best agency in the world to what just happened to that brand. And my guess is Ocean Spray saw a lift of people that just want to recreate the video.
Yeah. Plus, just anyone saying the words Ocean Spray.
Yeah.
You know,
Lots of sugar.
lots of sugar, just like that Subway bread.
Speaking of drinks, so we're getting some sparkling water because we talked about that a lot on last episode. A brand is sending us. And then my business partner in 5-4, Andres, launched a drink called Chicky Chicky Boom Boom. And
Great
they have
name.
no sugar, I believe, in their drink as fruit punch. And his partner listens to the pod. So I'm going to give away some
Chicky
Chicky
Boom
Chicky Boom Boom. Pete, you got to figure out what the contest is. But they can ship in the United States. Anyone in the
Try to
United
get him
States.
go viral like Ocean Spray.
Yeah, maybe pick your favorite oldies song and sing to it.
Maybe do a rap song that has a lot of racial slurs in it, and you just yell them. And
Yeah,
then,
Pete, try that out.
Yeah,
I know one group of people. I know there's a pretty big, you know, base in the country that would be into
Like
it.
51%.
Whoa, 51.
The silent majority
Yeah.
speaks.
Wow.
Dude, I did
Relax there, Eminem.
Okay. All right, Kid Rock. We'll see you at the poll.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So get yourself some Chicky Chicky Boom Boom.
And let's do a giveaway.
We'll set up a contest.
Yeah.
But also, if there's any other sparkling water companies out there, I'm up for an official taste testing.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna start doing.
Yeah, we're getting some. I'm getting some sent to
Yep.
us.
We're gonna compare that to everything else they've had, and we'll see who wins.
Let's load them up with sugar.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
sugar in these.
Yeah, but I thought you said anyone's juice.
No. Has to be sparkling water.
Okay, so you're a no sugar guy.
Non-sugar.
Yeah, you got it.
Look how
Got
healthy
it.
I look.
Ever
Come
since you moved to LA, you've changed.
Big
Not
LA
that
guy.
chocolate mocha drinking Dunkin'
No,
Donuts.
back home.
None of that trash.
No
more
like back
cola?
home.
No. We got to keep the calories off.
I
Okay.
can't even drink more than a sip of cola, by the way.
I can't drink regular Coke.
I
Diet Coke.
take one sip of Coke. That first sip is so good. But
Yeah.
the second sip I can't do.
It's just because you're used to
even
not,
if you get
you know
to
what-
second or third sip, I feel my teeth start tingling.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I love Coke.
The bottom of a Coke can is just not good.
I only get like I drink if I have
Gotta
a
be
meal
cold.
where I'm really splurging. I'm drinking a Coke. I only drink about half the Coke. It is still a lot, but damn it, it's a hard
Yeah.
one to break for me.
It's got to be with like a burrito. It's got to have
Yeah.
something around
Sandwich
it. I
and
can't just,
chips.
like,
Yeah.
Ugh. Sandwich chips
Otherwise,
and
I'm
half
like,
a
no,
Coke.
just-
like
Put it in the
a
fridge.
sugar sandwich from Subway.
Yeah.
Bay Cities.
Ugh. Okay. All right, we got to move on. Even though I'd like to
Yeah.
talk about Coke for another 30 minutes. David Dobrik. This one's for Pete.
I literally picked this article because Pete's boyfriend
Man
Dave-
Crush Monday. Every Monday.
every Monday permanently
Yes.
did something incredible.
Two
Yep.
things incredible. You're missing one.
Oh, whoa.
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 I
Make
don't
sure
think
you-
the other thing's incredible. It's more of an announcement.
What's
He raised $4 million on
yeah, whatever.
a
I don't care
disposable
about
camera
that.
app. Pretty
For
cool.
what?
From the Reddit founder.
For what?
He started an app and he raised $4 million to fund the app. And he
That
thinks
anyone
that's
can
incredible.
do. Anyone
Yes,
can
I
do
know.
that.
Still cool.
I know 500 people that
Yeah,
have
well,
done
no
that.
influencers are doing it,
Okay,
so-
But that's
don't
the
give a
David
shit about
Dobrik
his
fan,
camera
right?
app.
It's like the Trump fan where anything
Yeah.
they do is exceptionally cool.
Okay, anyone can raise money for an app. Good for you.
Not like David
What
did.
he did here was unbelievable.
Yes.
So he did a Tesla giveaway, which we briefly mentioned. One of the largest U.S. voter registration campaigns ever. 120,000 people registered to vote because of David Dobrik. That's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That just tells you all these campaigns we see aren't that effective.
No.
Because 120,000 obviously is a shitload of people.
Not an election when there's 150 million people voting.
Yes.
It shows you the power of freaking influencers. The
Yeah.
same way Dogface 420's out here making Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
The bigger level is David Dobrik is getting people to register to freaking vote.
120,000 people.
But even somebody who like that, who the post probably got upwards of like 2 to 3 million likes, and the engagement probably reached 15 to 20 million. You're telling me out of that many, you only with that he could have got so much more. But yeah, none of these other ones work as well. If that's like one of the highest ones.
To be fair, he probably has a young audience.
Yeah,
Most
sure.
of them can't register to vote. So
Probably a lot of them.
Yeah. So the fact that he got 120,000,
Really
this
great.
is mind blowing to me. This is like, he was going to be my winner of the week, but we made an article. But this is impressive.
Pete, did
I'm
you
sure his-
partake or no?
Huh?
Did you partake?
Absolutely. I didn't get picked to win. It was
But you're one of the 120K.
absolutely.
I was saying that we
Well, I was
we
already
need a
registered.
follow-up campaign from Mr. Dobrik getting these kids to actually vote.
Yeah, give away a couple Teslas. to
Yeah,
vote.
you would think you would.
Because
Show up to
these
the
kids
polls.
aren't going to
hand
vote.
out
The
Teslas.
120,000
By
registered
the,
voters.
by the way, interesting just to note, people think California early voting starts like October 19th or 24th. Not the case. So I talked to Omar Miller, our friend. He voted yesterday in Norwalk.
Yeah.
You
My
can
mom
go to
told me that.
You can go to Norwalk and vote early. He said the whole process took him 10 minutes.
Wow.
So keep a lookout. There are locations around the city that have already started early voting in California. I mean, everyone should go early vote.
October 5th
Yeah.
was the official state can allow early voting, and it's just which locations are choosing to start when. So in this area, the earliest I see is the 24th.
Yeah, so you just have to go drive, but it might be worth it.
I have a
If
friend- I have
if
a-
I hear anyone that I know or listen to this podcast waiting 4 hours in line, I'm going to be upset.
So I have a friend, close friend, his in-laws in Indianapolis waited 2 hours on the first day for early voting. 2 hours.
Why didn't they
This
go the
is-
second day?
My point is, people are jazzed up. So I asked what the crowd was like, and he was like,
Find
"Well,
people.
find people on both sides." The person in front in front of this person had an NRA hat
Wow.
and an American flag T-shirt.
I like that.
Wow. So he was a
My
Democrat.
vote's going to count.
Gonna count
Yeah, I'll shoot you.
in the face. Yeah, I also feel like maybe the poll watchers won't be out on the early voting. That's too much of a schedule to keep up on.
Yeah.
I think the real fuckery is going to happen on voting
Oh
day.
yeah. We're going to see, I've been waiting for 18 hours.
But you're going to see, I'm telling you, I think we're going to get videos of these poll watchers that Trump got all fired up.
Yeah, that's why I want people to vote early and be done. So we're not dealing with this shit on election day.
Yeah, I agree.
Or you could mail in your ballot still.
It's fraud.
Fraud, D.
That's what the president said.
Yeah.
Throwing them away.
Everyone's voting by mail. Jeez.
Okay. Okay, so I would say that what David Dobrik is to Pete, Bitcoin is to Anand.
Yeah.
So this next story is for Anand.
Anand would bone Bitcoins like
If he
Pete
could.
would bone Dave Dobrik.
Yeah, if only he could get it.
I mean, if there was
wrap
hard
his
coin-
hands around it.
Anand would want the hard coin.
He would sleep on that hard coin. Okay, so Jack Dorsey, Twitter founder, CEO, also Square. Is it the company Square has purchased this?
Yes.
Or him personally.
No, so the company's putting $50 million of worth of Bitcoin on their balance sheet.
But Jack Dorsey already owns a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah, Jack Dorsey's big.
Didn't we
I thought
talk
he
about
went to
this like?
Africa.
Yeah, I thought we went
What's
to
he
fucking
doing here?
Africa. Yeah, you're
I
right.
see. Why is he in the Hamptons? I thought you were going to
Him
Africa,
and Jay-Z
bro.
are probably where's it hot to vacation in October? I think people in theory actually work in October and take off.
October is
after
like your
Thanksgiving.
fake work month.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, so Square now has 50 million. I think we joked probably a good 5 or 6 years ago about pulling a move like this with the Young and Reckless balance sheet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Would have been smart.
In hindsight, probably should have done it.
No, 5 years ago was not. When
Amazon.
did it peak?
We should have went Amazon.
2017 was
yeah.
the peak.
Yeah. If we had done 2016, we would have.
Even
zeros.
12, if you held it from
Yeah.
12 to now.
Yeah.
Or Apple Amazon. If we would have went with the zoom out
Yeah,
strategy.
if we had just done Zoom Out,
in
then we would have
2014.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this is like a huge, obviously Square's massive. You're going to see a lot of companies do this.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
It's just like a hedge.
And interesting to make a bet, like, on Bitcoin that seems so risky or out there or whatever on the company's balance sheet is an interesting move. But that's how much he believes in it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's publicly traded, so you have shareholders and institutions to answer to.
Okay, good day for Bitcoin. And then last one before we move on to winners, losers, content. Instacart has raised $200 million more dollars at a $17.7 billion valuation. So
mean-
a little bit ahead of Crocs.
Yeah, slight. It's. I mean, if you think about it like this, what is Uber worth now?
Probably 50.
50. Essentially, like, if they were to go public today, they might be worth more than Uber.
Yeah.
And there's no, you couldn't give me the argument that Instacart should be worth more than Uber. You just couldn't. There's nothing you could say to me.
Uber's $65 billion now.
Yeah, but if they went public today, they'd probably double.
I think it's probably safe.
Yeah.
So when you look at like Instacart being 17 billion, this isn't like winner take all space. Whereas like ride sharing is like literally two players. Instacart's competing with Amazon and Walmart. Mm-hmm. And I believe that they're going to be a very big business and very successful. But like this to me, valuation feels like a Peloton. Peloton's worth 34 billion. Uber's worth 65?
Yeah, but Instacart, your addressable market is the whole country.
I know, but
Peloton's not.
Here's my point is also Instacart is not going to be the only player in this industry.
And I don't think it's a winner-take-all industry.
I agree, but
So like Target exists, Walmart exists, Ross exists, and that's how grocery delivery is going to be. And they have, the people they've partnered with, it's the real heartland grocery markets, Albertsons.
so if you believe in Instacart, you should buy Albertsons.
We talked about Albertsons as possible stock buy.
Yeah.
So in on Albertsons.
I mean, Albertsons is worth 6. It's worth three Albertsons. It's what Instacart.
Yeah, but this is also just what your point about going public now, and yeah, they probably would triple.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
But that's also like the momentum of the stock market, because if Slack had gone public 2 months ago, they'd be way bigger than 15 billion.
Yeah.
They've gone down since they gone public because they went public in a time where things will resemble a little more normalcy.
Yeah.
Now anything that goes public triples.
You got to triple.
You got a triple. So Anand, you're not mad at it, at the valuation.
No, I love it. Because you know what I love about this story so much is when Amazon bought Whole Foods and Amazon decided to do grocery, everyone wrote the grave story for Instacart.
Yeah.
They're done. They're finished. Amazon's going to come and eat your lunch. And they proved that, hey, we're fine.
Yeah.
They went and partnered with grocery markets all around the country that hit actual suburbs.
Yeah.
Like obviously Whole Foods is for like more metropolitan areas. Yeah. And the founders like out executed when everyone thought they were toast.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when Amazon launched grocery, you can go back and read so many pieces how Instacart's toast.
Well, I think
I probably said it on this podcast.
I think
That's 3 years ago. Yeah.
the thing that we're quickly learning is because, and I honestly think a lot of it has to do with the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, now when Amazon to me enters a market, the market is just so much bigger now because now grocery delivery is everyday life. Right? If you don't have grocery delivery, you're kind of out of the game. Mm-hmm. Food delivery is out of the game. You know, all these things, if you don't have the basics done, you can't really move forward. So it's not surprising that I believe in Instacart. I believe in all these concepts. I think they're all going to be revolutionary. It's just like when you look at, I understand the addressable market's big, but like they have to take on more than just delivering groceries at some point.
You got to convince our dads.
Yeah.
Convince our dads and then
I
come
think
talk to me.
Our mom uses it,
but not our dad. Well,
Yeah, once my dad adopts
our
it.
dad's not using Instacart.
then not worth $17 billion. Okay, let's move on to the final segment of the week. Winners, losers, and content.
Yeah.
Dee, who's your winner for the last week?
So I just wanted to bring it up because it's actually going to be, you know what? I'm going to make it my loser. Sorry. I'm going to flip it around.
See how quick you can shift?
Yeah.
You can be a winner one second and a loser the next.
Well, I'm just going to position it differently.
That's fine. You want to move to Anand?
No,
Sure.
no.
Oh, you got one. You got a backup. Okay.
My winner of the week is still going to be Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I said it last week. They were my winner because they got the momentum of Dogface.
Yep.
Ocean Spray clearly is benefiting from it. Everyone's still doing this challenge. I am blown away by what the TikTok power is compared to it's clearly, and maybe it's the winner really is TikTok more so than Fleetwood Mac. I can't believe how many things TikTok has influenced in the last 6 months where Instagram was that platform.
Yep.
And to me, nothing of importance in pop culture is happening on Instagram.
Yep.
Think about it. To me, music is everything. Music is culture. Music dictates youth culture as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
You don't go when you're talking about music, it's happening on TikTok.
Yep.
I mean, Spotify has a playlist of all like TikTok viral hits. They're all the hottest songs.
Yeah.
It's literally all the hottest songs. And I just, I was listening to a podcast with Eric Schmidt, who's the old CEO of Google. And he was saying how like China banned the export of the technology behind TikTok, the algorithm.
Yeah.
And said, we're not sharing this.
Yeah.
This artificial intelligence technology that we've built that serves people the content they want to see.
Yeah.
We're not sharing this with the world. And now that we see what Reels is, Reels is effectively a flop. Flop, right? It's not.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flop.
It's a complete flop.
No one gives a shit.
Call that.
No. People are posting it. There's no doubt people are using it.
But it's the same exact thing as feed.
Yeah, the problem is that the genius algorithm isn't there. So like I go on Reels, so I'll go see a Reels. But then I swipe up and it's not, you didn't get me with
It's not only that, but it's the content itself. Like it's either being copied from TikTok as nothing original, or you're just reposting what you post already on feed. Like people are literally taking feed posts and putting them on Reels because it reaches more because they're hammering it.
But it's the experience
it's just
of
so
TikTok.
amazing.
Yes,
that the biggest TikTok guys, forget the rest of TikTok, the houses, they're lip syncing songs with shitty dance moves. I still can't get over this.
Yep.
Yeah.
The floppy hair, sort of feminine bodies, and dangly earrings.
I mean, since TikTok is now like for the most part seems to be politically safe.
Hopefully Biden gets elected and hammers it down.
Let's say he doesn't care or can't remember or whatever.
Yeah. I'd go with option B.
You really have to get on. Like I don't see what does Instagram do? Like what are they doing?
Yeah. Boring.
Except
I
for
think it's
Instagram
dangerous,
stories, which I look because I like seeing people's personal lives.
The feed is so stupid. I don't even scroll the feed.
I mean, think about it. I saw a post on Menlo Club. We have 186,000 followers that we've not paid for. We've earned. Got 49 likes.
Yes.
49 likes?
Yes.
It's turning into Facebook.
We know how many customers we have? We have so many fucking customers and only 49 people like the picture.
Yeah.
Make better clothes.
It's really turning into Facebook.
Make a better product.
It's
But
really
that's-
turning into Facebook.
But even then, I'd rather go back over to Facebook, like, and as you've done with like private Facebook groups and things like that. You'll get to reach those audiences that are just not available anymore on Instagram.
And I already see that's the Instagram story, which used to be refreshing because it was actually kind of authentic of what people were doing.
Yeah.
Now they're all doctored.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's
No,
lost.
I mean, I still see a lot of raw content.
I see pretty raw stuff.
Don't look at celebrities.
Yeah,
Celebrities is
and
manufactured,
influencers.
but like if you go to your friend's Instagram story, they're pretty raw still. I think the other problem is nobody is, you know what killed Instagram? Nobody is sharing what you're doing in real life. Like if I'm doing something fun or I'm doing something cool, I'm not sharing it with people on Instagram anymore.
No.
Because it's not fucking cool to do that.
Because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok, you're just sitting in your shit studio apartment dancing. That's cool.
It's cool.
There was some report that came out. I forget what metric they used, but they said TikTok's passed Instagram for anyone like sub 25.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
I've heard even Snapchat's making a
Snap
run.
is hot.
Yeah.
I said this on this podcast.
I know you did.
That Snap was going to have such a resurgence that 25, 30 billion, it's undervalued. It's a $40 billion company. It's going to be worth a lot more.
So $1 trillion.
So
Easy.
$1 trillion in my
$1
world.
trillion. There you go. You have
Send
$2
it with
trillion
Crocs.
companies.
They're all $1 trillion
Crocs and Snap collab.
Yep.
I think Snap is kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's coming.
I mean, do you use Snapchat?
Yes, but not.
I think it's
to the
younger
point
than
of what
Pete.
I did in college. And
Okay,
things
but
like that.
so what's your use case for Snapchat?
So what?
Your use case.
So mine
How
right
do you
now
use
is
it?
just direct communicating with people. It's direct communicating with people that want to communicate.
No,
on
but I think
Snap if we're
people
doing
actually
image.
are consuming news too.
Well, yes, their news segment on there. Like I go on there every single day, and I watch the Daily Mail segment just because I'm curious, like what is on the
and
top.
the
what
Pod
people are
Save
talking
guys
about.
have a segment,
Yes,
which I
so-
just learned about today.
So a lot of news is
the
on
news
there.
is extremely well done on Snap.
Yes.
I've seen it. I don't have any purpose on the app.
Right.
So I don't go
But
on
young
it.
people are not on Twitter like you're on Twitter. Young people are not searching out content like you are. So when it's there and available and already on a platform they are, that's really great for them. So I think
mean-
that, and like I said, it's a really raw story format, unlike Instagram. Like literally, like we would post us like blacking out, like doing whatever, because we could put the raw shit there and nobody could ever touch that. Like on an Instagram platform where like an employer or somebody of that nature could view it.
Yeah.
And also similar to Instacart getting their obituary written. How many times have we written Snapchat's obituary?
I'm not.
I mean, I
rewriting
wrote
They're
it,
dead.
buried it. I visit the grave every now and then.
Still dead.
Yeah, it's still dead to me.
Yeah, but I think if Spiegel turns this thing around,
I think he already has, by the
Yeah,
way. And I think
yeah.
now it's just accelerating growth. They even showed, I saw like even their free cash is increasing. Like people are spending.
I've heard from a lot of people in e-com that prospecting ads on Snapchat is the move. You prospect traffic on Snap and you retarget on Facebook and Instagram. That's like a new
There you go.
hustle.
wow.
'Cause
Okay.
It's cheap.
All right, Anand, who's your winner?
The NBA,
Yeah,
about
did
to
it.
wrap it up.
It's gonna cost you.
It's going to cost me a pretty penny.
Yep.
Maybe my credit card won't work.
Yep. Oh, maybe something gets declined.
Maybe my
Maybe
card gets
everyone has to
declined.
chip in.
But, you know, it looked dicey, which is why I made the bet I did
Yep.
back in May. And they've seemingly pulled this off without a hitch, even early on with guys visiting the strip club, coming back in.
Yeah.
That was only
People
one
got-
guy though, right?
Yeah, one guy did it. But then a couple players broke the rules of the bubble, but they pulled it off. I think LeBron just got everyone in line.
Yeah. Yeah, props to LeBron, man. Okay, good stuff. My winner is Claudia Conway.
Yeah.
She's just great. I think she's great for TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, she's great for the American youth. And she just really does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, filming her mom and her mom being like, "Are you fucking filming me?"
Yeah.
And posting it anyway.
She's a rock star.
She does not give
She's an
a
hardcore
shit.
gangster.
How
Yeah.
old is she?
15.
That's insane. So anyway, I support everything Claudia. So yeah, Claudia Conway, that's my winner. I think she's great.
Yeah.
D, loser.
Beverly Hills Police Department.
Woo.
Oh, That was going to be your winner, but is now your loser.
Well, no, I was going to position it a little differently.
Okay.
So I believe you pronounce his name Saleh Bremberi.
Okay.
He is the footwear designer for Versace.
Oh, I saw this story.
He was shopping on Rodeo Drive.
Yep.
He's a pretty famous guy in design. Like, you follow him on Instagram. He's like one of the it dudes in footwear design. He gets stopped by Beverly Hills Police Department on suspicion of something, and he videotapes it. And he's like, "What are you stopping me for?" And they don't really have the right answers. Fast forward, obviously, because who he is, it just goes nuts in fashion. And, now Versace, like a black executive at Versace has called out the Beverly Hills Police Department. I know what's happening in Beverly Hills.
Yep.
There are a lot of young ethnic kids with money shopping.
Yep.
And, they are trying to keep their neighborhood safe, if that's what you want to call it. But there are clearly racial profiling. I feel like, given the circumstances of what's happening in the world, there needs to be some serious thought in how we handle situations.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go up to people and accuse them of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if that was a white man and you just accused him of like stealing something or doing anything wrong, he'd fucking shoot you.
So he literally was doing nothing.
Yes, walking down the street.
Not jaywalking or anything?
I don't know if he was jaywalking.
I think that was the thing that might have happened. It was jaywalking.
He was jaywalking.
Correct.
Okay.
But like a random intersection, it wasn't like he almost got hit.
Just to clarify, everyone jaywalked.
I've jaywalked. I get, before the pandemic, if I ever went to La Scala, pull up on Cannon, jaywalk my ass right to La Scala.
And by the way, you can walk diagonal
all
and
up and down. Yeah.
Like, nobody even knows when to go if you're just walking. It's a walking part of town. But, then fine, give him a jaywalking ticket.
Yeah.
Just be like, here you go, you're jaywalking. You get a jaywalking ticket.
But we don't even know if he did. I just asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pete thought that he saw something where he might have. Either way, doesn't matter for the sake of the conversation.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I just think that, like, Beverly Hills, being in Beverly Hills, there's wealthy people of all ethnicities that spend money.
Yeah.
You learn how to treat people.
And I think to your point, Dee, that you were saying earlier, just to clarify, is we've heard that there's a lot of like fraud and stuff happening in Beverly Hills. So we do know that and acknowledge that. But man, the line that you draw can't be racial.
And I'm sure he was dressed well if he's in design.
Yeah, so he was.
Those cops don't know shit about fashion.
Yeah, Beverly Hills PD don't know what drip is,
Well, so he was stopped for jaywalking.
Okay.
So fine. They patted him down on the corner of Wall Street.
That's unacceptable.
Why are you patting him down for someone that's jaywalking?
Yeah.
And then asked him for his ID, patted him down for weapons, and asked his name and verified it in their system. Like, if you want to give jaywalking ticket, which I actually have gotten, give it. Just give it. Here's your ID. Here's your ticket. Move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Why are you patting him down?
Yeah.
With all the reports of crime is up in Beverly Hills and houses are getting robbed left, right, and center.
You're patting down a designer on Rodeo.
For jaywalking?
Law and Order. Yeah.
Stupid.
Okay. Good one. Anand.
My loser's woke culture. And it's been a loser many times. So everyone criticized the founder and CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, for his manifesto, which basically was like, we're staying neutral at Coinbase, which became extremist.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. That's triggering.
I'm glad they followed it up because I was actually wanted to see this data point. How many employees accepted his severance package? 60 employees of 1,200, so 5% of his workforce.
Wow, they just took it?
But let me explain something to people that when you work at a company like Coinbase, unless you're a senior exec that keeps getting re-incentivized, you're not incentivized to stay more than 4 years if you're just an average employee because all your stock's vested and your increases in stock aren't that much. So this could also be up to 60. Who knows the people that were like, I was leaving anyways and I get this?
Yeah. Plus, fuck it. I mean, 5%, take the loss. It's so good for your company culture.
Yeah.
Because the rest had the option. There's a lot of great stories about businesses where when you go through the whole training process, they offer you $2,000 to not take the job and like stuff like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's a tactic in like company culture stuff. Like you'll go through all the training, you do everything, and on start day, they say, we'll give you $2,000, whatever the price is.
To like weed out people who
to
really
not
don't
take this job.
So weed out people who really didn't want to be at the company.
Yeah.
Got it.
'Cause if
I
you
will find all those companies and collect $2,000 a week.
Yeah, you could.
Pete's gonna be on a training bin.
Yeah, that's a hustle. But and so I get it. So I think like for them, they weeded all that out. Anyone who doesn't really want to be there, because if you're still there, you turn down an offer to leave, so you really want to be there. You know. So yeah, that's great. Good for them. My loser is this one's easy. My loser is just all the people that starting Monday and beyond will take the overconfidence from President Trump, thinking that they will have the same reaction, even though I think it's fake, to Corona, that they'll have the same access to the same drugs, the same treatment, and go out confidently into the week with no mask.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be people, there is going to be a significant amount of people that contract the coronavirus because of that little extra boost of confidence from Trump and don't have access to all those antibodies and all those things.
Of course.
So unfortunately, I hope none of you die, but you're all losers.
Yeah.
Okay, content.
So finally, I have two. I recommended Yellowstone a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm on the 3rd season, so I'll be caught up shortly.
You love it.
It is out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
Very violent.
Violent.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't usually watch those stuff.
I don't like violence. There's a lot of murder.
Yep.
But I am enjoying it, so I highly recommend. It is very much like a Succession type feel.
Got it.
It's extremely well done, so I highly recommend it. Montana looks great.
Great place.
And
That's
then,
Kanye's place, right?
What?
Or Wyoming? Where's Kanye? Wyoming?
Wyoming.
Okay.
I'm sure all those places are nice.
Yep.
And then new 21 Savage album.
Yeah, how is it?
Fire.
Really?
Yeah. Woo!
21 Savage, Metro booming.
Metro
Savage
is
Mode
booming.
2. Metro's still booming after all these years,
Yeah.
huh?
Great Drake song.
Really?
Really?
Very great Drake song.
Wow.
Got me.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing it. I didn't check it out yet.
I kind of gave up on 21 Savage.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was
he's back.
He just comes back.
Yeah. Okay, Anand, what's your content recommendation?
So I got this recommendation. I haven't seen it, so I'm just going to preface it. But it's from someone that hates sports.
Oh.
And the show is called Ted Lasso, where he is a sports coach. It's on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah,
Who hates sports?
He's a soccer coach guy?
Yeah, soccer coach.
I almost started that.
He was like,
it looks funny.
Yeah.
You're going to absolutely love it. And he's like, this is coming from someone that doesn't watch sports, care for sports.
Yep.
So I'm going to check it out.
I'll give that a
It looks
shot.
funny.
Good
I
rec.
watched the preview. It's really funny.
It's Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Yep.
He's great.
Okay.
Tim gives approval. On
watched it?
Sudeikis or Ted Lasso?
Yeah, Sudeikis.
Yeah.
He somehow landed Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
He got a lot of love for that. Like, I think in the...
He is famous.
Yeah, but I
But
think,
he's
Olivia
Jason
Wilde's
Sudeikis.
I think it's a win. I think it's a win for like the
The
people who
nerds.
relate to nerdiness.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, wow,
You
we
could still pull a hot chick.
Yeah. Okay, mine is a little early, but on October 13th, the new iPhone's getting announced.
Wow.
So
Ironically, on Prime Day, trying to steal Amazon's thunder.
very interesting. Might be a bad move,
Yeah.
right? Why do that?
I think for that purpose.
I know, but why not just let them have their day and then
I would do the day before.
yeah.
Take everyone's money.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm really curious. I mean, look, it seems like it got kind of delayed or maybe pushed back or whatever, but those things, I used to really love those days.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting, watching the whole thing, but I'm just, where do you go from here? How do you innovate?
We're going to find
it's
out.
going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Add more services to extract our money from.
There you go, more Sudeikis.
I think Olivia Wilde's a big Horrible Bosses fan.
That might be it. That might have been
That
it.
was a
Or
cult
SNL.
movie.
That might have been what got her. Or SNL.
Or We're the Millers.
Love with the Millers.
Yeah, that's a good.
He has good movies, man.
Yeah,
he's
he's
good.
funny.
Yeah.
He's a Hangover, right? Is that the guy in Hangover?
No, he's not a Hangover.
No, different guy. You're talking about the dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paging
no.
doctor. Yeah.
Paging Doctor what?
All right, and moving on. Let's go to shout outs.
I got to shout out. I got to just do it first.
I got a shout out.
No, fuck you. So I got this DM from hashtag Marty from Mayor.
Marty from Air?
From Mayor.
Oh, from Air.
Thought it was just a rumor, but turns out they are true. Pete misses shout-outs.
Uh-oh.
He missed my shout-out about my 3rd wedding anniversary today on October 7th that I emailed a few weeks back via the new
weeks?
method mentioned via the newsletter.
Oh.
And to make it worse, my wife actually surprised me with a Menlo House subscription today.
Oh, my
Cool.
God.
He's like, haha, just playing. He did miss it. But I still love the
Just
podcast.
playing, but not really.
Yeah.
Pete, what's going on?
Dude.
You added more work for me.
No, this is not more work for you. You can just ignore them. It's fine.
Pete, that's
But I
what you
didn't
do.
ignore it. You didn't do it.
See, that's your philosophy. You can just ignore them. It's fine.
That's
just how
very
it is.
What was his
Trumpy.
name? What was his name? That's very Trumpy.
Yeah, that's
Hashtag Marty for mayor.
Can we have a real name?
I mean, I got Marty for mayor.
Marty for mayor. Not bad.
Yeah.
I know it says no relation to shoutouts or content, but I saw a great tweet and I want to repeat it. What happened to everyone's cousin from the Pentagon?
Wait, what?
Remember
right.
in April and May, everyone had a cousin who worked at the
Oh,
Pentagon?
you're right.
My friend's cousin at the Pentagon
right.
said that next week
Yeah,
We're
the
we're
shutdown.
done.
Did the
Yeah.
Pentagon have a big round of layoffs? What happened?
Yeah, what
Must
happened?
have.
Everyone got laid off, man.
Yeah.
That's good because I'd like some updates right about now. If anyone wants to phone
That
in
was
their
wild.
second cousin.
Yeah.
All right, good shout out.
Well, here we have another shout out from Chris Aguila.
Great first name.
Yes, I also think I butchered that last name.
Sure you did.
So we'll leave that one up to him.
Yep.
Long time follower of the pod. Convinced my wife to listen, and now she's hooked. He wants us to shout out to his first year anniversary.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Happy anniversary.
You made it a whole year.
Good job,
Wow.
Chris. We're loyal.
You start
That's
cruising
Chris's.
after that first year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
First year was
Really?
the toughest, then you just settle in?
No, you just don't even know how fast the years go by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just flies.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all we have.
There's probably 3 or 4 more, but we didn't.
Yeah, we
forgot.
probably missed him.
So
what-
just go.
So,
Tell us Pete's an idiot.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So make sure go to melrosestreetjournal.com. We've been going really hard on the new newsletter setup. That's the big thing I wanted to shout out. That's my shout out.
right.
I have one shout out too now.
What do you got?
Pete on Behind Closed Doors admitted he has a gambling addiction now.
Wow.
Gambling?
Yeah.
Started
Football?
last weekend.
Baseball?
No, all sports.
All sports.
And there was a
Matter.
call on the
All
Twitch
sports matter.
I also
to change
hammered,
his nickname to Parlay Pete.
Wow.
He just follows Barstool. He saw those contents of them gambling.
Yes.
This is what happens to
Unbelievable. It works.
This is great. This is betting. This is fun for me.
Yeah.
Is it? It had to be the content, right? The Barstool content that got
For
It was, I mean,
It's
I'm here.
subliminally.
I mean, this guy just happens to be day trading and gambling now.
I'm following right in line.
You kidding
I mean,
me?
an average, your age group is what? Signing up for David Dobrik's to hopes to win a Tesla.
Yes.
Day trading and then
Robinhood
gambling.
Robinhood account. We should do a
Gambling.
starter pack.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he's not
Post.
doing pizza reviews.
Yeah.
No, I'm not into that. I'm okay.
Maybe your favorite dim sum. You walked in here with dim sum.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Rookie score.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, our newsletter on MotorStreetJournal.com has been really up in the vibes lately.
Yes.
So go check that out.
Yep.
We had a great special from Dee today.
Yeah.
He was
And
our
then-
guest writer.
I wrote like Kanye.
Yes.
All caps?
Rambling, babbling
Rambling.
thoughts.
Nice. It seems to work. Seems to be the new medium.
Yes.
President's using it.
Yeah.
And then D, what's the update on the run marathon?
Yeah, we got nearly 200 people signed up. So grandrunningclub.com, 5K, 10K, half marathon. We need, we can accommodate people from all over the world,
Anywhere.
anywhere.
To all your friends and family.
We could ship you the package no matter where you are. So there's
Exactly.
no excuse. Anyone can do a 5K. Anyone can do a 10K. Half marathon. You gotta
You got to practice for
run a
You
little.
gotta run a little bit.
I'm gonna give my running tips just so everyone knows.
Right.
EJ O'Donnell is signed up
All right, EJ.
on Twitch.
That's
Roll
amazing.
EJ.
There's simple running tips before we head off.
Yep.
Drink a lot of water. Tip number 1.
That's a good one.
Dehydration makes you tired.
Didn't you get like you almost passed out? And
I did pass out after the marathon, the full
Nice.
marathon. I didn't drink water. Get
so
idiots.
take your own tip.
Idiot.
Yes.
Stupid.
Sleep.
That's a
Sleep
good
is
one.
important for running.
Yep.
Run 3 to 5 times a week. Run small distances, and then once a week run a long distance. And stretch. That's it. That is all it takes to
It's
run
not
a
very
long
hard.
distance.
And a little more advanced on the stretch, you got to loosen your hips. It's super important
Yep.
for
Maybe
running.
for the older set. Young bucks like me, our hips are fine.
I had a hip problem at 25.
That's what I said.
Old
guy
hips.
over
Old hips.
He's got old hips. All right. All right. Well, there it is. That's the only tips you need. That's the great thing about running, man. You freaking stretch, drink a little water, get some sleep, and just go.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm running the 5K, and if we can do 1,000, I have to run the half. So
Yep.
that's also in the promised works.
Okay.
Which is
All right,
sad.
guys. That's all we got. Hope everyone ends the week strong.
And we
Stay
hope
positive.
your uncle from the Pentagon or cousin from the Pentagon found a new job.
Yeah, or like if anyone can get a hold of them, I'd like to know, is there a stimulus coming? Is there what's happening? Election, should we be worried about anything?
Yeah.
You know?
Remember when there's tanks?
Yeah, what's up with the tanks?
What happened with the tank?
Ironically, we ended up tanks in California because of protests.
Yeah, we got the tanks.
Not because of COVID.
Okay, that's it, guys. Have a good week, and we will see ya on Sunday.